Hey there, I am back with another deck review, and today we're going to be looking at Tempo from Art of Play. This deck was designed by Michael Matejko, otherwise known as Komboh. He's a graphic designer from Canada who actually has designed a couple of other decks for Art of Play in the past. He did their Memento Mori deck, not to be confused with the Chris Ramsey classic, as well as the now infamous Bruce Lee deck. So he has some chops in playing cards, but I think Tempo may be some of his best work. It's a deck that's inspired by the golden age of jazz music and features hand-drawn art throughout. So let's jump into it and take a look and see how it came out. All right, starting with the tuck case, it's done on a dark brown matte stock covered with two different colors of foil. You get some gold and silver foil, as well as a screen printed design here in the middle that's a lot of fun. Beautiful blue and yellow color scheme. It features this chaotic piece of art here that features the four the prominent instruments that you might find used in jazz music, along with the musicians. You got the keyboard, drums, saxophone, and the bass represented. Really love the art style in this one. And then the gold foil accents around the edges are done in kind of an Art Deco style. You've got Tempo playing cards down there at the bottom. Has a really slight embossing to some of the foiled sections here. That gives it just a little bit of extra feel to it. On the side here, you have Never Play Anything the Same Way Twice, speaking to the improvisational style of jazz music, and designed by Komboh on the other side. Bottom, some ad copy from Art of Play, done in a really fun font there. Simple music note, partly covered up by the tuck seal on the top, and the back has a foiled and embossed version of the back design of the cards. At two colors of foil, just giving a nice rich feel to this overall. Fun die cut shaped tuck seal, just says Tempo in that bright blue color. And as you open it up, nothing printed on the interior flaps. So very nice tuck case. Has a very sort of elegant Art Deco style to it that I really like. But let's check out the cards. All right, starting with the back design, and here it is. Done with a couple of different colors. You have the blue and the yellow. Fun artwork on this one, all centered around the treble clefs and the music notes, almost dancing around the card. Lots of fun areas to look at here. You have even little sections inspired almost by keys of a piano against that nice brown borders around the edge, and then the white poker border to finish it out. All of this done with hand-drawn art. I think it really comes together nicely. Kind of gives you that classic playing card shape or feel to it, but a lot of interesting elements that kind of play into the music theme. Your two jokers just feature the same image, one in blue, one in yellow, and just have a jazz singer there holding the mic underneath the spotlight. Really like the art style on this. Like I said, everything on here hand drawn, and then just Joker at the bottom. So one-way jokers. You also get two ad cards, one for Art of Play, and the second is just a Tempo, a deck by Art of Play and Komboh. So all these nice ad cards. Would have liked some more art or maybe a couple extra jokers or something, but Art of Play usually does ad cards within theirs. All right, so the four aces. The ace of spades is the power ace and just features a large treble clef there in the middle. Love that it's kind of keeping the hand-drawn style to it overall rather than cleaning up the design too much. Right down to the little bits of like weathering in the artwork there that kind of remind you that it's still a raw, hand-drawn piece of art overall. Fun font on the ace in the corner, and then a slightly custom spade pip, but still nice and recognizable. Other three aces, fairly standard, just feature that large pip in the center. Again, given a custom style to them. All of them have that little weathering. You can see the little white spots in there, just reminding you of the hand-drawn nature. Number cards on the face of it, as you start with the two, look like they're going to be fairly simple. Custom pips on there. The pips are different. You can see different shape and different weathering on these. But as you go through the numbers, it gets interesting, right? So with the three, you get one of the pips that's just done in an outline. And then as you go through, you'll see more of them done in an outline. And then suddenly you'll start to see music notes pop up. And as you get to the higher values, the music notes get increasingly complex. You get more and more of them as the music sort of builds as you go through the numbers. And now here you go, the arrangement of the pip starts to get random sizes, more music notes, until you get to the 10, and suddenly it's just this sort of cacophony of music notes and pips all over the place. I love how it just sort of crescendos as you go through the numbers. It's a really cool concept, and something that you know, if you're a fan of jazz, maybe you've kind of felt as music builds from something relatively simple, and then often will build into a more complex series of melodies and harmonies all playing together. It's a really cool idea on this one. You'll see on the red cards, it's a red with blue music notes and then black with yellow music notes for the black cards. But really like how that was done. Still nice, easy enough, I think, to read and to use, but gives you a fun little extra that really fits well with the jazz theme. And then finally, the hearts. Love that build up. All right, and then we get to the court cards, and they follow that same idea, but this time doing it with the jazz musicians. So you start with the spades. All the spades are going to feature a play on the saxophone here. So you can see the saxophone player with his instrument done in a two-way court card style. Blue and yellow hues on here. Really nice. Nice look to the Jack of Spades, kind of following that same art style. And then as you get to the Queen and the King, has the same thing, musician playing a saxophone, but it gets a little bit more chaotic, a few more notes in the air, a few more lines and chaotic nature to the artwork. And then you get to the King, and it really just sort of goes over the top. Everything really exaggerated and lots going on in the art, lots more music notes. Again, kind of doing that build up as you go from one to the next. So starting simple with the Jack up to chaotic for the King. And then you go to the next one. Now we go to the keyboard or the piano, and does the same thing, building from simple melodies being played on the Jack of Diamonds all the way up to the all over the place, arms twisting everywhere, the keyboards all over the place on the King of Diamonds. Clubs, same thing now with the drums and building up on those. And then with the bass on the hearts. And really, really cool idea on this one. The stringed instruments represented now on the hearts, and love the crescendo of the artwork. I think it's a really, really cool idea. And that is the deck. Love the concepts built into this one. As far as handling, this is done on that proprietary super thin, super crushed stock that Dan and Dave are fond of from USPCC. Always handles beautifully, very smooth handling on these, and nice thin snappy stock. Always great for cardistry or just general handling of the cards. That's always, to me, kind of a high point of Art of Play decks. Uses of the deck, I think this is just a fun one to get out and use for gameplay. Probably a little bit too chaotic, too custom to use for Magic, but if you wanted to use this for gameplay or even cardistry, I think that's going to be a great use for this deck. It's a fun looking deck, one that'll kind of bring new life to a game, and one that I think really should get broken out of the box. So that's it. That is the look at Tempo from Art of Play. Hope you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe for more deck reviews, more unboxings. Let me know what else you want to see, and I'll see you for the next one.